How do this electric generator work? An electric generator is a device which is used to produce electric energy which can be stored in batteries or can be directly supplied to the homes, shops, offices, etc. So this type of electric generator and all the electric generators that is used in the world work on the principle of electromagnetic induction. A conductor coil, a copper coil directly wound into a metal coil is rotated rapidly within the poles of a horseshoe type magnet which is inside this metal box that is highlighted with blue color. The conductor coil, along with its core, is known as armature. The armature is connected to a shaft of a mechanical energy source, such as a motor and a rotator. The mechanical energy required can be provided by engines operating on fuels such as diesel, petrol, natural gas, etc. or via renewable energy sources such as wind turbine, water turbine, solar power turbine, etc. When the coil rotates, it cuts the magnetic field which lies between the two coils of magnet that is not visible. The magnetic field will interfere with the electrons in the conductor to induce a flow of electric current inside it. So in distant areas where electricity from the main line cannot be accessed, electric generators act as the primary source of power supply. When working on project sites where electricity cannot be accessed from the grid, electric generators can be used for powering machinery or tools. So the main components of an electric generator can be broadly classified as the engine, alternator, fuel system, voltage regulator, cooling and exhaust systems, lubrication system, battery charger, control panel, and main assembly or the frame. So the engine is the source of the input mechanical energy to the generator. The size of the engine is directly proportional to the maximum power output the generator can supply. There are several factors that you need to keep in mind while accessing the engine of a generator. The manufacturer of the engine should be consulted to obtain full engine operation specification and maintenance schedules. So this is the product and the project that I made is a generator that is used for house purposes. So the type of fuel used to operate a generator engine, uh, such as diesel, gasoline, propane, in liquefied gases form, or natural gas. Modern engines usually operate on gasoline while larger engines run on diesel. But this type of electric generator runs on human power. That is we supply power, little power to generate little electricity that is needed for this house purposes. Liquid propane, propane gas, or natural gas. Certain engines can also be operated on a dual feed of both in diesel and gas in a bi-fuel operation mode. Coming to alternator. The alternator is also known as the gain head. It is the part of the generator that produces the electrical output from the mechanical input supplied by the engine. It contains an assembly of stationary and moving parts encased in a housing. The components work together to cause relative movement between the magnetic and electric fields, which in turn generate electricity. So an alternator started for rotor by induction by power bangers and by using an exciter. These are the methods. Stator, this is the stationary component. It contains a set of electrical conductors wound in coils over an iron core. Rotor or armature, this is the moving component that produces rotating magnetic field in any one of the following three ways. That is clearly visible right now. By induction, these are known as pressurized alternators and usually used in large generators, but not step generators. Using exciter. Exciter is a small source of direct current. What do you see that there are charges, the rotor through an assembly of conducting steel rings and presses. So this is the most best way of generating electricity from a generator. The rotor generates a moving magnetic field around the stator which induces a voltage difference between The windings of the stator this produces the alternating current AC output of the generator. So the points, the factors that you need to keep in mind while accessing the alternator of a generator are metal versus plastic housing or ball bearing versus needle bearings, the stress design. So how does the fuel system? The fuel tank usually has sufficient capacity to keep the generator operational for about 6 to 8 hours on an average. In the case of small generator units, the fuel tank is a part of the generator's skid base or is mounted on top of the generator frame. For commercial applications, it may be necessary to install an external fuel tank. All such installations are subject to the approval of the city planning division. So in this project, yeah, LED bulbs are fitted into it to produce LED bulbs like for 8 to 9 LED bulbs are fitted into it, and the human power can generate the electricity needed for this to operate. So So we have not installed the fan because the fan consumes more electricity and so when we rotate the hammer clockwise, then the electricity is produced, and when we rotate the hammer anti-clockwise, then the electricity is not produced because this is a DC type generator. So